You're listening to the I Like That Story podcast, Season 2, Episode number 6, The Millionaire in the Bar. Today's story brought to you by Evolution Consulting, nationwide image professionals for styling, speaking, and stage. So I heard a guy commenting on wealth saying, "They say money can't buy happiness. Well, all I want is a few $1 million and see if that's true." And it made me think about the millionaire I met at the bar. I was heading back home after a speaking engagement, and just so you know, I speak to groups all over the country, and you should reach out to me and we can talk. I'm at ilikethatstory.net. Anyway, I was driving my dad's old convertible, which is a great way to travel if you're not in a hurry. I was a little thirsty, 3 hours left to go on the road, so I thought I'd stop at a small town bar, see if I could get a tap beer and maybe pick up a story, and it turns out I got both. If you want a story, sit at the bar. Find a guy drinking alone. I think his name was Cal, but I can't remember for sure. Probably about 80, a slick comb-over, a windbreaker, nursing a mixed drink with one hand and waving the other with a big gold ring on the pinky. I sat next to him and asked what the bar served that was good with beer. He said, "Better stick with the pretzels." And then he was off. He talked for a solid 40 minutes anyway. He talked local and regional politics, saying how if you wanted to get stuff done, you needed the right guy with the right vision, then how one guy messed it up in the 50s and how it took 40 years to make it right again. Opportunity, he said. And then he pointed to another guy across the way, a meat packer, I think this guy was, something to do with agribusiness. He said, you gotta see an opportunity and you gotta take it. So I guess Cal's opportunity came in a big city where he knew a guy in the grocery business and how together they got into green stamps. Now, green stamps was a real brand name, also as a generic name for the premium catalogs that grocery stores used to do to promote loyalty among the customers. You'd buy your groceries, they'd give you a few of these stamps, and then you'd paste them in a book, and you could take these full books and you could bring them in and get toasters or blankets, stuff like that. And it was a way to build loyalty to a grocery store, and they were everywhere. If you can believe it, Cal was able to swing a deal with all of the grocery stores in, I believe, the Philippines. And then he lowers his voice and says, "It was huge." Cal spent 20 minutes or so explaining how tricky this was to land this huge fish. He had to make more than a few flights overseas to talk to the decision maker, which he said with a wink was the wife. She ran the whole show, he said. So how big was this deal? Probably rude to ask, but I was curious, and I could see that he kind of wanted to tell me, and he said, 400,000. I nodded in appreciation, figuring that the story was old enough that that was serious money back in the day, and probably what the annual take was. Not bad. So I asked, "Why are you here?" "Oh, I bought a farm around here." I looked at his hands. No wedding ring. "You live there by yourself?" "Yep." "You travel?" "Nope. Well, maybe south in the winter." He launched into another story, kind of like a hunter or fisherman who talks about the trophy on the wall, glad to have a new audience. I listened for a few more minutes to see if he would ever talk about a family or kids or grandkids or friends, and you know what? He never did. He was on a first-name basis with the bartender, though, and he did seem to have a lot of money. So, do you think he was happy? Anyway, that's the story. If you want a free newsletter that features one good story and 3 bad dad jokes, I send it out once a month on email. Shoot me a message on my website, ilikethatstory.net, and I'll make sure you get one. Until next time, I'm Jeff Gould. God bless.